Ben Shapiro launches scathing attack on con artist Andrew Tate. Now, again, we got to ask this question. Where's this stuff coming from? Where is it coming from? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk says, oh, real quick. Y'all already know. Y'all already know.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes. How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Y'all said Ben Shapiro was sitting up here doing this.
Talentless, scandalous, plebiscite, babbling. Talentless, scandalous, plebiscite, babbling.
Oh man, make sure y'all show Kirk some love. Kirk said, why are we listening to him talk about women? His wife doesn't even get mossed. She thought WAP was abnormal, or he thought WAP was abnormal. Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild. If you're an adult and you think that WAP is abnormal, I don't know, bro. You're telling on yourself and you're not telling a lot of good things about yourself. That's all. Not knowing what WAP is almost as bad as Fresh and Fit saying that female private parts are disgusting. Who says that? Who believes that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. Win, lose, or rug. He told on himself. He let loose all the secrets. You know what I'm saying? Ben Shapiro and Andrew Tate have once again exchanged a war of words after the former accused the controversial influencer of being a con artist. The conservative political commentator slammed the former professional kickboxer as a grifter for his stance on procreation during a rant on the Ben Shapiro show on Wednesday. Let me ask you guys this. Not that I'm taking up for Andrew Tate or anything like that, but if Ben Shapiro is going to call Andrew Tate a grifter for his stance on procreation, can we call Ben Shapiro a grifter for his stance on free speech? I think that's fair. Yeah, exactly, CGI kid. If we're gonna sit up here and call Andrew Tate a grifter based on this logic for his procreation stance, gotta call Ben Shapiro a grifter for his free speech stance or lack thereof. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Because my man Ben Shapiro is not pro free speech. Ben Shapiro is pro censorship. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, Shapiro is pro censorship, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If y'all disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Shapiro is definitely pro censorship. You know what I'm saying? Tate is currently in Romania awaiting trial on charges of human trafficking, rape, evidence tampering, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. Once his trial is concluded in Romania, he will be extradited to the United Kingdom to face further charges of rape. He has denied all charges. Now, let me ask you guys this. When are these trials supposed to go down? Yeah, I gotta agree. If you guys agree with SD Johnson, he's pro Sombrerito free speech, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree and think that he's something else, then let me know what it is that you think that he is. Shout out to Alonzo. What's good with you, bro? While he awaits trial, Tate has continued his controversial online series where he instructs men on his version of masculinity and his views on society, which Shapiro did not approve of, especially his attitude towards fathering children, which is funny because if you ask me, Ben Shapiro and Andrew Tate are actually extremely ideologically similar, I should say. You know, they are very concerned with making sure that you say every word properly. Shout out to my man PD that remains. What's good with it, bro? And shout out to Jerry Bedford. Make sure y'all show Jerry Bedford some love with the $20 super chat.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Hopefully those played. If them drops are playing, let me know. Jerry says, he just a sad, funny looking little man. Bro, you ain't never lied. If y'all agree with Jerry, not only give me a thumbs up, but also make sure y'all throw some flames, ducks, radiation emoji in the chat for Jerry with the $20 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Shapiro's rant, as we know, was in response to a post by Tate on X, in which he lamented his belief that white men were having less babies with women, and this meant their genetic potential was stumped, and that your race will be nothing more than a few pages in a history book. Along with labeling men as losers for the perceived drop in birth rates amongst white people, he also blamed women for being obsessed with money and social media, as opposed to being one of many baby factories for a king. The way that Tate, quote unquote, explodes the myths is he plays a really stupid game. It's a game for stupid people, Shapiro began. The game is like this. I'm going to say two transgressive things that violate the taboos of culture around me. One of those things is true. One of those things is false, which is literally what they do literally about everything. This is literally the get down. And make sure you guys throw some like enforcers in the chat for Win, Lose, or Rug. Facts. Make sure that you guys like the stream. Shout out to CGI Kid. I agree. I'm not only am I smarter than Ben Shapiro, I'm smarter than a lot of people. I'm smarter than a lot of computers too. You know what I'm saying? There may be other civilizations that we haven't encountered yet that I'm smarter than. Their entire civilization. Oh, man. Like this guy right here. Hold on real quick. I got one for y'all. I thought I had one. I thought I had it. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Like this guy right here.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Crash against me and be broken. So now here it said, Shapiro added, but because they are both transgressive and because people will oppose me on both of them, one for bad reasons and one for good, this means that I have somehow gotten under the skin of the matrix. Everyone opposes me, which is why I'm a rebel. That's Andrew Tate's entire game. He then described Tate as evil for his attitudes toward women, claiming that he tells his followers to treat women like garbage, and specifically in reference to comments Tate made about his belief that white men needed to procreate more. He is a con artist and he is conning you into doing something, Shapiro said. He is conning you into giving away the only pathway towards societal success and personal success in favor of his vision of a Genghis Khan-like spreading of his seed, he added, referring to the 13th century Mongolian ruler who was believed to be so prolific at procreating, he still has 16 million descendants living today. Oh, that plays into some stereotypes, doesn't it? Oh, man. yeah, I was watching the X-Men on Disney Plus. I was definitely watching it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I find interesting about this is that, you know, how many people we've talked about the Kalergi conspiracy theory before, right? Have you guys ever heard of that? How many people have heard of the Kalergi theory, aka basically replacement theory? Peyton Gendron, you know what I'm saying, used it as his justification for the Tops massacre. What I find interesting about this is that Andrew Tate is kind of pushing that. Oh, the 97 X-Men is that. I love the 97 X-Men, bro. They had a lot of the good characters on there. I really wish that they hadn't chosen Jean Grey to be the Dark Phoenix, though. I wish they'd have used some other character for that. I would actually like to see what would happen if Apocalypse would get the Phoenix powers. I want to see what happens if Apocalypse gets the Phoenix power.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
Oh man, facts. Shout out to my man AB. Make sure y'all show my man AB Promotion some love for always standing on business.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
That is the fourth stream sponsor, y'all. Shout out to y'all for hooking me up this morning. Let's see if we can get a super chat
Again! Again!
AB Promotion said, if Ben isn't white, why is he big mad? Yeah, that's a fact. If you ask me, Ben Shapiro is one of those people that will probably benefit from staying out of quote unquote conversations like these. Would you guys agree? Probably sit back, relax. Sit back, relax. Let Matt Walsh handle this one. You just take a timeout, Ben. You know what I'm saying? Tate's comments exploit the global trend of a declining birth rate. So again, we got to make sure that we're not talking negatively just about white people. If white people are doing something or not doing something and it's negative, then of course everybody's doing it, because there's no possible way that any other group can be outperforming the quote unquote self-proclaimed superior people. So we got to hurry up and scramble and say that, well, you know, everybody's declining. Everybody's declining. See? Look at the statistics. Look at the statistics that we've doctored. But his reasoning for the drop is deeply flawed. Young people now have more to fear about the future. So are reluctant to bring a child into the world, says one expert. Young adults are living in a world which is characterized by many crises. Jessica Neeson, a family demographer at the University of Turku in Finland, told Vox, what crises are we dealing with that would make you be opposed to having kids? Let me ask you guys this question. Is there anybody in here that's scared of having kids? Who's scared to have kids? Too late for me. I already been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I've hit that milestone twice. You know what I'm saying? What about you guys? Anybody scared? Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Having kids is great. Making them is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? And actually seeing them grow up, if you're raising them right, is also wonderful. You know what I'm saying? So don't let these people fool you. You know, that's one of the issues that I had with the Fresh and Daisy situation. You could tell Fresh is a complete idiot and Daisy is just a hollow narcissistic fembot, because having a kid is not the end of the world. And I don't know if many women are aware of this, but sometimes having a kid actually helps your lady parts perk out without surgery. Sometimes them tatas get a little bit bigger. Sometimes them hips get a little bit more able to straddle. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Savion Draco Zero. Savion said, black people don't decline, we multiply. Facts, like the baby kids. We don't die, we multiply.
Silence! Silence! I ain't got no money, pa.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have to start using I'm gonna have to start using melon in a minute. I'm gonna have to start using melon in a minute because I'm getting tired of StreamYards, man. Make sure y'all show Savion Draco Zero some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat. And shout out to my man Kurt for super chatting.
Again!
Kirk says you'll be going upside the head with these early morning streams. I'm the same way. Putting zeros in the grade book for stuff that was due last night. Students be mad. Bro, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad as hell. Make sure y'all show Kirk some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emojis in the chat. Definitely appreciate the super chat because
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
oh man, we're not exactly the March of Dimes. You know what I'm saying? And economics plays a huge part in the decisions about raising a family. Now that's something that can be scary, right? But the one good thing, let me I hate to say this is going to sound really bad, but hear me out. This is going to sound bad, but hear me out. All you got to do, right? And again, this isn't family planning advice. I wouldn't advise anybody to do this. This is just worst case scenario. If you had a bunch of kids, all you got to do is have the mom work part-time and y'all live in separate houses and she gonna get all the damn benefits anyway. So she just hit the jackpot. I'm talking 5-digit tax returns, you know what I'm saying? Possible child support, no copay, Medicare, Medicaid, you know what I'm saying? Possibly subsidized housing. They get it all. And all you got to do is just not be there. All you got to do is just let her be a single mom. And it's like jackpot 777. Ain't that crazy? So even if you have kids, they're still that. Isn't that great? Isn't that something to look forward to? I don't think that it is, but some people think that it is. But I'll tell you one thing though, I would love to see one of those 5-digit tax returns though. That'd be something. I'd spend it all on Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's there for you. That is there for you. So what's there to be afraid of? And I ain't mad at that, Miss Nisi. Shout out to Miss Nisi. Miss Nisi said, respectfully disagree, Rob. I never bought into having a bunch of kids to raise on my own. I am not mad at it. And that's probably a good decision because those kids should have their mother and their father. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you 100%, Miss Nisi. And shout out to Carla. Carla said, I'm done. I have an excellent child. She grew up to be an exceptional adult. Make sure y'all throw some flames and some ducks in the chat for Carla for raising an exceptional child. I would have loved to have had more. God said one is enough. Hey, I am not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Patrick Taylor. Patrick says, is it really though? I've never seen subsidized housing that's worth a damn. I'll tell you what. I don't know if you've ever been in the projects or hung out in the projects or any type of metropolitan authority housing. Shout out to my man Kareem Yee. What's good with you, bro? But I tell you one thing though, the walls are brick for the most part. So whatever value that has, whether it gives it a little bit more structural integrity or the building is a little bit stronger, them bad boys are made out of brick. Never run into a wall inside of the projects. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt. And the stairs are made out of steel, like thick fenced steel. You can tell anything that the county makes, it all look the same. If you go in the stairwell of a subsidized housing or inside the projects, it looks the same as inside of a jail. They got the same civil engineer. They know that they got to keep the environment the same because they know that people are going to be switching places back and forth. So they got to keep it. What's the word for it? Homogeneous. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep it homogeneous. They playing tricks. You know what I'm saying? They playing tricks. So now here says people in the US are less keen to have children because of financial insecurity. Now imagine this, in the US, right? People are less keen to have children because of financial insecurity. In the richest nation in the world. The United States is the richest nation in the world. And people are worried about financial insecurities of having children here. Yet in other countries, third world countries, they're outpacing us with reproduction. Let me ask you guys this. Why is that? Government buildings are ugly, they're dreary, they're depressing, and they're meant to keep people inside of them. Notice how there's no government drive-thrus. You know what I'm saying? When the last time anybody seen a government drive-thru ever? And lack of family-friendly policies which would support them juggling work and parenthood. A 2018 poll by the New York Times found many respondents put off or stopped having children because of concerns about having enough time or money. Now, let me ask you guys this. Money and time go hand in hand. It's almost like a ratio. You got to spend time to get money. You got to give up time to get money. Time is an irreplaceable, scarce resource. If you ask me, time is the most valuable resource in the world. It's irreplaceable. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's extremely finite and in very, very, very short supply. And sadly, I don't think that enough people truly realize the value of time. But what's interesting is that people will trade their time for money, which is something that can be reproduced on a printing press for decreased value. Now, let me ask you guys this. What's the psychology behind that trade-off? Because there's got to be some type of psychology that drives that trade-off. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. We got 58 people watching and we got 47 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 80, that would be wonderful. Also, if you guys haven't shared the stream, take a moment, share the stream. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Shout out to Miss Nisi. Make sure y'all throw some flames and some ducks in the chat from Miss Nisi, giving some great advice. Miss Nisi says, real talk, Rob. I told my son to be extra careful about procreating with some women. Not only can you afford to raise a child, but most do not factor in the equation of the crazy factor. Oh, Lord have mercy. And shout out to you, Miss Nisi, for being honest about that. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. That's a huge factor that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Shout out to Mike Mellis John. What's good with you, bro? That is facts. Super facts. The poll results showed 64% made the decision because childcare was too expensive. 43% waited too long because of financial instability, and about 40% because of lack of paid family leave. Tate responded to Shapiro's takedown by replying to a video of it posted on X. I inspire white people to have more children, and Ben's upset. I wonder why, Tate wrote. Now, let me ask you this question. What was Andrew Tate implying by I wonder why? Do you think that he was implying that Ben is a sombrerito, and part of those conspiracy theories say that quote unquote sombreritos have an agenda to make W people less populous?